False claims about Florida's social studies curriculum, and even commentators on CNN couldn't hold back their criticism.
I'm making waffles.
Want to replace history with lies. Middle school students in Florida to be told that enslaved people benefited from slavery.
Very nice words, but happens to be wrong.
Everybody involved in this says this is completely a fabricated issue.
What? You don't say.
Yet look how quickly Kamala Harris jumped on it. So the fact that this is her best moment, a fabricated matter, is pretty ridiculous.
And Rebecca Nathanson is a mom from Jacksonville, Florida, and chapter chair of Moms for Liberty, Duval, Florida. They both join me now. Here we go. Kali, this controversy has to do with Florida's social studies curriculum, which is extensive, but it does include one line that says students should examine the various duties and trades performed by slaves. For example, agriculture work, painting, carpentry, tailoring, domestic services, blacksmithing, and transportation. Instruction includes how slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. So the vice president is taking issue with the phrase personal benefit. Should she?
No, you messed it up. You're stupid.
This is a sick political strategy that Vice President Harris is trying to do because she knows that her voters are not going to take the time to actually read the curricula, the Florida standards, which are some of the most extensive standards I've ever seen on teaching Black history. I read them last night, and they're actually really beautiful standards. And she's taking this one line and misrepresenting it in order to gaslight her voters. It's very obvious to those that are actually taking the time to read it, but to those that aren't going to take the time to research, they're going to eat this up like candy because it's very hard to defend. You hear the word benefit, and they're like, oh no. Florida standards are saying that slavery was a benefit, and that is absolutely false. That's not what the standards are implying. They're just simply saying historical facts, which is, again, what the left is trying to do. They're trying to do a revisionist history, not the right.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Rebecca, the curriculum is 215 pages long. I went through it this morning, and one of the first lines asks students to learn about the positive influences and contributions by African Americans. Students will also learn about the causes, courses, and consequences of the slave trade in the colonies. Are you satisfied with this curriculum, or do you see where the vice president is coming from?
I'm more than satisfied. I think Vice President Harris is showing Americans once again that she's uninformed and she's peddling in cynical lies in order to stoke anger. I think across the state and the nation, we need to recognize why we're having this conversation now. And that's because with the recent passage of legislation called HB 7, which Moms for Liberty lobbied in support of, the state of Florida actually expanded the breadth and the depth with which we teach African American history and the horrors of slavery. Our new standards have embedded curriculum strands from kindergarten through 12th grade. And we've actually required this instruction on this topic for decades. So for anyone to say that our state does not want to properly teach slavery, does not want to teach African American history correctly or truthfully is an absolute lie.
Bully this bitch.
Curriculum was created by a large group of scholars, and many of them were Black scholars. So this is a topic that's certainly getting a lot of attention this morning. So we're so glad that we were able to have you both on to talk about it. Kali, Rebecca, thanks for joining us.